You tried to break me. Now watch what I became. I stood where the pressure built, where the lines were made to tilt. Every weight they put on me only set the tension free. I bent but I didn't break, felt the cracks begin to shake. Every time they pushed me down, I rewrote the ground. They thought I'd fall beneath the weight, but I became the earthquake. I broke the world that tried to break me, every chain they tried to make me, every wall they built around. Now lies shattered on the ground. Yeah, I turned the pressure into force, changed the path, rewrote the course. Now there's nothing left to take me. I broke the world that tried to break me. There's a fire in resistance, in surviving every distance. Every doubt they threw my way only made me what I became. I don't follow what they say, I don't bend, I don't obey. And every line they tried to draw, I erase without a flaw. You can't cage what won't comply. You can't break what won't deny. I broke the world that tried to break me, every chain they tried to make me, every wall they built around. Now lies shattered on the ground. Yeah, I turned the pressure into force, changed the path, rewrote the course. Now there's nothing left to take me. I broke the world that tried to break me. Let it fall, let it burn. Every lesson I had to learn, every scar became the sign that the power's always mine. Not their rules, not their game, not the fear, not the shame. I don't live inside their frame. I became the flame they couldn't tame. Feel it crack, feel it fall, feel it break through it all. Yeah, I broke the world that tried to break me, and I don't care what it made me. Every scar, every fight turned me into something right. Yeah, I don't run, I don't bend, I don't break, I transcend. And there's nothing left to shake me. I broke the world that tried to break me. So if you think you can control what was never yours to hold, just remember, I don't break, I don't fall, I break it all. I break it all. The walls higher and higher, thinking it would hold. They didn't know I was the ground beneath it all. I've seen the lines I tried to draw, every rule, every law, every cage I tried to raise, only felt the coming wave. Brick by brick they built it tall, never thought it'd ever fall. underneath the perfect frame, something started to change. You can build it up so strong, but you can't hold it for long. They built walls, I became the earthquake. Every move made the whole ground shake. Every chain, every gate couldn't stand against the weight. They couldn't see, and every line they tried to make fell apart in the earthquake. There's a power in the unseen, in the force beneath the surface clean. Every silence, every weight, only built to shift and fade. I don't knock, I don't break, I just move and it all shakes. And every structure they designed couldn't stand against my rise. You can't stop what's deep below. You can't fight what you don't know. They built walls, I became the earthquake. Every move made the whole ground shake. Every chain, every gate couldn't stand against the weight. Yeah, see, and every line they tried to make fell apart in the earthquake. Not the fire, not the flame, not the voice you could contain. I was something far below, something they never controlled. Every step, every sound shifted everything around. And the moment I wake, there's no world left unchanged. Feel it move, feel it break, feel the ground start to shake. Yeah, they built walls, I became the earthquake. Now there's nothing left to recreate. Every line, every frame got erased within the shake. Yeah, I don't rise, I don't chase, I redefine the space. And every world they tried to make fell apart in the earthquake. So build it high, build it strong. It won't matter before too long. 'Cause when I move, there's no escape. I don't break walls, I reshape. I reshape. They were afraid. Of what I could become. So they tried to stop it. I saw it in the way they moved, in every doubt and every truth. Every look they tried to hide carried something deep inside. They felt it long before I knew. Something rising, breaking through. And every time they stepped away, it only made me stay. They tried to bury what they feared, but fear just made it clear. What they feared became my power. Every second, every hour, every doubt they tried to place inside the mind. When you stop and realign, every fear they tried to show turns into something you can own. I don't run, I don't hide, I step straight into the fire, and every shadow they denied now stands here by my side. You can't fear what you become. You can't hide from what you've done. What they feared became my power. Every second, every hour, every doubt they tried to place only pushed me to this place. Yeah, they tried to hold me down, but I rose without a sound, and everything they ran away became what I am now. Maybe fear was never mine. Maybe it was just a sign of something they could never face, something they could not replace. Every whisper, every doubt, every word they threw about only built what I became. Now they only fear my name. Still cold, still cold, still strong, still bold. Yeah, what they fear became my power, and I don't hide it anymore. Every scar, every flame turned into a different name. Yeah, I don't run, I don't fall, I don't fear it at all, 'cause everything they feared from the start was the power in my heart. So if they fear what you might be, don't run, don't hide, just see that what they fear might be the truth you're meant to be. Alright, just like the rest, step by step, climb by climb, but they never understood. I don't follow the sky, I take it. I've seen the lines they try to set, every limit, every threat, every ceiling hanging low, trying to control my flow. They told me where I should belong, how to move and how to run, but every rule they tried to make was another one to break. I don't climb to reach the top, I redefine what they call love. I didn't rise, I took the sky with me. Every limit set me free, every chain they put in place only showed me something greater to chase. Yeah, I don't follow what they see, I become what I believe, and there's no height they can deny. I didn't rise, I took the sky There's a shift when you let go of the need to follow roads. Every path they laid before doesn't matter anymore. I don't chase what's far away, I don't beg, I don't obey. And every step I choose to take bends the world along the way. You can't hold what won't be bound. You can't stop what has no ground. I didn't rise, I took the sky with me. Every limit set me free. Every chain they put in place only showed me something greater to chase. Yeah, I don't follow what they see, I become what I believe. And there's no height they can't deny. I didn't rise, I took the sky. Not above, not below, not a place they can't control. I exist beyond the frame, beyond the rules, beyond the name. Every boundary they drew was something I just flew through. And the moment I decide, even the sky shifts to my side. Feel it break, feel it bend, feel it move to no end. Feel it break, feel it bend, feel it move to no end. Yeah, I didn't rise, I took the sky with me. Now there's nothing left to limit me. Every wall, every line fell apart when they crossed mine. Yeah, I don't stand, I don't climb, I exist beyond all time. And there's no force that can deny. I didn't rise, I took the sky. So if they tell you where to go, or try to keep you down below, just remember, you don't rise, you don't climb, you don't follow, you redefine. I tried to hold it in, tried to keep it contained, but fire was never meant to stay small. There was a spark I couldn't hide, buried deep but still alive. Every doubt, every scar, only fed it from afar. I kept it low, I kept it tight, hidden in the dead of night. But every second it remained, it only grew inside the flame. You can't cage what's born to burn, you can't stop what won't return. The fire I carried burned through them all. Every wall, every call, every line they tried to draw turned to ashes in the thaw. Yeah, I tried to keep it low, but it had nowhere to go. And everything that stood tall burned through it all. There's a heat you can't control when it's rooted in your soul. Every time they pushed it down, only made it break the ground. I don't hide it anymore, I don't fight it like before. Now I let it take its place, let it show its real face. You can fear it, you can run, but the fire's just begun. The fire I carried burned through them all. Every wall, every call, tried to hold couldn't stand against the glow. Not destruction, not the end, just a force they couldn't bend. And the moment it ignites, it turns the dark into the light. Feel the heat, feel it rise, feel it burn through the light. Through it all. So if you feel it deep inside, that heat you try to hide, don't fight it, don't run. That fire is who you've become. Tried to shape me, tried to contain me, but something like me was never meant to be controlled. I felt the weight of every chain, every loss, every pain. Every line they tried to draw only made me wanting more. I stayed inside the frame they made, played the part, obeyed the game. But deep inside I always knew that wasn't what I'd do. You can't hold what won't stay still. You can't break what bends at will. I became the force they couldn't control. Every limit lost its hold. Every rule they tried to set was something I outgrew and left. Yeah, I moved beyond the lines, beyond their rules, beyond their signs. And everything they tried to hold lost control. There's a shift when something breaks, not the body, but the cage. Every thought they tried to own now stands fully on its own. I don't follow what they say, I don't move the same old way. And every step I choose to take makes the whole world shake. You can't stop what's already free. You can't bind what's meant to be. I became the force they couldn't control. Every limit lost its hold. Every rule they tried to set was something I outgrew and left. Yeah, I moved beyond the lines, beyond their rules, beyond their signs. And everything they tried to hold lost control. Not a voice, not a name, not a piece inside their game. I became something unknown, something fully overthrown. Every system, every chain, every attempt to contain turned into the very thing that made me everything. Still rising, still free, still more than they see. Yeah, I became the force they couldn't control, and I don't answer to it anymore. Every scar, every fight turned into a different light. Yeah, I don't bend, I don't fall. if they try to draw your line or tell you how to live your life, just remember, you're not here to be controlled. You're here to become. Another night, another road, same old ghosts, just different towns. I've been driving through the dark again, headlights cut like a worn-out friend. Every mile feels just the same, different road but the same damn pain. Got a bottle riding shotgun seat, half gone just like me. Radio plays a broken song, like it knows where I belong. You can run, but you can't outdrive all the things you left behind. Whiskey roads and empty souls, running fast but going nowhere. Every town just feels like smoke, fading out into thin air. Yeah, I ride, but I don't arrive, just another ghost alive. And every mile just takes its toll on whiskey roads and empty souls. Stop somewhere off Highway 9, neon flicker, broken sign. Ordered something cheap and strong, stayed just long enough, then gone. Saw a mirror on the wall, didn't recognize myself at all. Just a shadow wearing boots, chasing things he always loses. Ain't no place that feels like home when you're always moving on. Whiskey roads and empty souls, running fast but going nowhere. Every town just feels like smoke, fading out into thin air. Yeah, I ride, but I don't arrive, just another ghost alive. And every mile just takes its toll on whiskey roads and empty souls. I remember who I was before the nights, before the war, before the silence got so loud, before I lost it in the crowd. Now it's just this endless line, white stripes blur with passing time. And every thought I try to face gets lost somewhere in empty space. You don't heal when you just roam, you just learn to be alone. Whiskey roads and empty souls, running fast but going nowhere. Every town just feels like smoke, fading out into thin air. Yeah, I ride, but I don't arrive, just another ghost alive. And every mile just takes its toll on whiskey roads and empty souls. Maybe I ain't lost. Maybe this is just what I became. A man who don't don't look back, 'cause there's nothing left to claim. Cold wind, dark sky, low fuel, still dry. Yeah, whiskey roads and empty souls still running, but I don't care if I'm lost or if I'm free. Ain't no difference out here. Yeah, I ride and I survive somewhere between dead and alive, and every mile just takes control of whiskey roads and empty souls. So if you see headlights in the night, drifting slow, no end in sight, that might be me, still chasing ghosts, still chasing roads that lead